Hello everyone, this is Team Sagar and we will be presenting our solution. So let's start. As it can be seen that drone images will be taken from the river and will be stored in a computer. Now in the computer, after storing all the images, it will be passed through our application, and our application will process all the images and extract the useful information. The first data frame, after extracting all the information will be extracted in some data frames, and the first data frame will consist of count and concentration, whereas the second data frame will consist of nearest land from the water body. Now also it will consist of a geotag URL, and also it will plot the count and concentration in folium map. Now the nearest land from the water body, this information is very much useful because it allows us to collaborate with the local people. Let's say for a large river, if we know that at certain place there are some plastics concentrated and the nearest village from that area is XYZ, as then we can contact with the people of the XYZ and get the job done at very low cost. The resources will require less, and not only that, since we are getting the geotag URL, we can give the geotag URL to them, and it will help them to navigate to the exact place from where they need to remove the plastics. If the geotag URL would not be there, then they had to roam around the river to find the exact location from where they were told to remove the plastic. Now after that, we have added a contact CSV file where there will be data or information about the workers who are willing to do the work, or the local authorities. So both way we can be used, and this our solution will calculate the nearest local authority or the nearest worker, and we have to provide them the geotag URL, and they will get the job done. In other way, we can contact with the local authority, and they will hire local workers and give the geotag URL, and when the geotag URL will be opened in their mobile phone, it will redirect them to the Google Maps, and the Google Maps will give them the exact direction and navigate them to the exact place. So this way a lot of time will be saved and lot of human resources will be saved. Now we will this was the flow diagram of our solution. Let's move to the prototype part. So this folder we have shared with in the Deva University website. Now we will run the main app. Now we can run it in both way, that open in code editor then run, or we can directly open with Python. Then this will then the code editor will not open, and instead of the terminal will open, and directly the application will open. Now after loading the terminal, it will take 2 or 3 seconds to load the application. So the application has loaded, as it can be seen. So here the application has loaded, and in the load image button, when we click and press the load, here we can load the images. Now for the sake of time, right now we are just loading 4 images. Now we have loaded the 4 images, and click next. But we can load as many images as we can, and we have tested it with 120 images till now. So here in the background the images have been processed, and not only it is processing, also extracting the useful information. So as the image has been processed, we can check and zoom them to see whether all the plastics have been detected or not. As it can be seen that almost all the plastics have been detected. Now this is the contact database. As we have mentioned, that the contact database can consist of either workers database and or the local authorities database. Both way it can be useful. That in the generate result, when we click, it gives us the plastic count. Here it gives us the geotag URL. Now this geotag URL, as we mentioned, that how it will be useful when we click the geotag URL, this is in Google map format, this geotag URL. And this nearest land, we have also mentioned that how this nearest land will be useful. And also we have added one more column, distance. Now this distance are from the nearest land or the nearest village to that water body. This distance are in kilometer. Now this output one, this also consists, as we have mentioned in the contact database that we have added some of the imaginary data to demonstrate that how it works. So let's say that from where the DJI 0533 image is taken, the nearest person is Rohan Gupta. We can talk about. He may be the authority, local authority or local worker, and we can here the contact of him will also display. Now also the geotag URL. Now what we can do, that we can after getting the contact, we can message him via WhatsApp or any other messaging app, and give him the geotag URL. Let's say we are giving the geotag URL and pasting it like this way. Then as it can be seen, and we will simply, and the user will, when simply click on the geotag URL, it will give them the direction, and when he click on this button, it will navigate them to the exact place, and all these thing will open in their respective mobile phone. So we, although we have seen in the shown in the laptop, but the geotag URL they can open in the mobile phone too, and with the Google Map feature, it will be more beneficial. Now after clicking the folium map, we can see that from how the plastics are distributed and where, as it can be seen that 32 plastics are there, and the nearest land information is also we have added, and the same place. And after seeing this in this map format, we can make decisions, like for example, to remove these plastics we can contact with the authorities of this side, and to remove these plastics we can contact with the authorities of this side. Instead of roaming through the whole river, we know that from where exactly we need to remove them, and from where we need to contact. So it will save lot of resources. Now after that, we need to after completing this, we'll be talk about some of the scalability or some of the useful point of our solution. First of all, our solution is scalable because it can process multiple images simultaneously, and it doesn't require high performance GPU or cloud. It is simply it can simply process those images in a simple laptop. Now in term of the other AI solutions are generally deployed in cloud server, or maybe in API, but our solution is completely local, so it doesn't require that much of computing power. And other than that, since we can switch off the device whenever our work is completed, then the carbon emission will be very less. So in this way, the solution is also environment friendly, and we know that if someone uses cloud data server, then if the distance is more from the server place, then the emission will be more. So in that way, compared to those things, our solution is more greener, and it also saves us money or resources. And as we have mentioned that it requires very less computing power, so obviously it also saves us resource. And we have mentioned the practical approach, that how we can contact with the local people and get the job done. Also this our solution also generates employment for the local people, so in that way that is also useful. Let's talk about the business value of the solution. Now as we have mentioned that a lot of people as we have mentioned that a lot of government authority spends a lot of money to remove plastics from the river or clean the rivers. Now if we provide them a cost effective solution, then this is also a valuable opportunity too. Now there may be a question that how our solution since we are talking about business approach, then how our solution can compete with the other solution. So as we have mentioned previously, that our solution doesn't require cloud, so obviously our cost is less. And the second thing, that in case of other solution, if something is deployed in the cloud, then the large size images like 15 to 20 MB drone images need to be uploaded to the server. Now this will take much time, this will take some time, and the inference will take some time, and overall this will make the processing time a very large, and it will not be that much feasible to process multiple images in the cloud. But in case of our solution, we can process multiple images at the same time, so in that way we are in advantage. Rather than that, we have And we also know that the collected plastic from the river can be used in local plastic product industries, which again adds some values. And also we know that plastic also destroys the beauty of the tourist places, and we know that tourism is very big industry. If this can be worked cooperatively, then both can be benefited from this. Since our solution also talk about employment of the local people, then it also adds some value. And this was all from our side, and we want to thank Deva University and Kindle for giving us the opportunity to be a part of such a wonderful hackathon, and use our skill to solve a real